All right, music fans, welcome back. It is the Real Music Observer. It's Dave observing music in real time for real people, just like you, right there. And this dude here, Rick Springfield's album, The Snake King, is out. And initially, I was pretty pumped. The tune Little Demon came out a few weeks back, and I was sharing it and putting it in my top 10 and so forth. Not too excited anymore. And it's not because I think Rick can't pull off a blues album. I've seen him do some performances on these various sort of sit-down live sessions. He did one in New York, and he talked, and he even admitted, this album is going to pretty much alienate all the people in this part of the country. And this particular song called Jesus Was an Atheist, yeah. And so he starts playing the song, and I'm listening to it going, okay, Jesus is smoking a bong. Jesus is this sort of misfit guy who's running around with him. And even if it was all just metaphor for something else, even on the song Little Demon, it's a little creepy that he kind of wrongly intersperses lyrics that are kind of religious and spiritual in concepts. He talks about like Nimrod or something in the song. It's kind of like a total misfire. If you're trying to kind of be creative and use some concepts and then go rogue with those concepts, thinking that you are this amazing poet and these things have been in your head for years and you've got to get them out. To me, it almost sounds like just an attempt to be negative and to kind of make people feel uncomfortable about what they think and what they believe in. And this is Jesse's girl, okay? You know what I mean? Not him personally, but this is the guy who is famous for the song Jesse's Girl and Don't Talk to Strangers and I'll Be All Right Tonight, or all these songs, Rock of Life, and Teen Beat since the early 70s, and then Dr. Noah Drake in the 80s, and now all of a sudden, I'm a social, political, and religious commentator. Folks, the problems I have with the band Journey right now is there's one guy in there that's just hell-bent, excuse the expression, on expressing his religion and trying to put it in a way or foist it upon kind of like, okay, see if I can bring some of these people along with me. And maybe it's not in the same context of what Rick Springfield is doing, but see how both sides of the spectrum create havoc and create problems? I'm more empathetic to those people that, hey, what happened to my Rick Springfield? Where did he go? He's been replaced with a religious social commentator who's trying to kind of, people who are strong believers in that would think that this is a bunch of blasphemy. And he even admitted, people in the South are not going to like this. And I, for one, it's like, you meet this perfect girl and she's beautiful and you're sitting across from her at a table and you're enjoying a meal, and then you start to talk. And then you find out that she's just, every belief system that she has is just juxtaposed to everything that you believe in. And then her stock immediately goes down because, hey, we're not going to be able to coexist, to use an expression. You can be all open-minded and all sort of erudite and say, yes, well, Rick here is expressing himself and trying to more or less broaden his appeal. And to me, it's just the opposite. Rick knows that this isn't going to broaden his appeal. This is a very self-indulgent, very well thought out, very calculated way to sort of give a certain finger to a bunch of folks who have followed him for many years, and he's basically drawing a line. Now, the point is, will anyone see the line that he's drawing? Because are there enough people who are interested in Rick Springfield today to care? Well, I was. When I heard that song Little Demon and the hook and the arrangements and the playing, it's almost like, aha, here's some great music that'll hook you in. And wait till you hear these lyrics we're just going to bowl you over with a whole presentation, and then you're going to be back to where I am. You're going to be thinking like me, because that's the idea. We're going to throw some jabs in there. We're going to make you think about what you believe in and question your own belief system, and even mock it by saying that Jesus had a bong. I just think that steps over a line. I mean, it's like one toke over the line. Remember that song? It's more than one toke. And again, this goes to my whole idea that bringing religion in, bringing politics in of any kind, to an art form that I believe is built on, if you listen to Chuck Berry, Bill Haley, if you listen to any of the original musicians, these guys they were there to have a good time and to make people have a good time. Just listen to escape and get away. As Mike Reno from Loverboy says, high energy, lots of fun, girls, that's it. That's it. Now, you may want a more intellectual, more well thought out, a more erudite type of musician to hang out with. There are plenty of those, and I can tell you they can't write hooks for beans. Okay, Rick Springfield, however, has written some very good, very strong hooks, and and now he's trying to hook you in a different way. And I get the cathartic thing. I get that. I love hearing this. It's so self-indulgent, and as one commentator on YouTube says, this guy's just bored. He's bored, and he's trying to reinvent himself, and it's a little late in the game for that. From 1972 to probably 1990, that's 18 years, and that's when you were most productive. You really built who you were, Dr. Noah Drake. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of late. It's never too late, I guess, but it's kind of late. You can ask people like Sammy Hagar and Daryl Hall and a number of other musicians who have kept to the same game plan, and they have huge fan bases, and they don't feel the need to reinvent themselves on every album. And I think by not bringing in these concepts, they do so much better, and they have a broad audience that can all coexist. So for the Real Music Observer, that would be me. I'm Dave, and I will give you more real music in real time for real people real soon, and I will see you then.